How do you create nice marketing graphics for your book without tearing your hair out or breaking the bank? Does Photoshop give you anxiety when all you want to do is take a flat image of your book cover and turn it into a 3D image of your book cover? Well, in this video, I'm going to introduce you guys to a service for writers called BookBrush that will help you create amazing marketing graphics for your book, like 3D book covers, Facebook ads, and much more. What's up, guys? Michael around with Author Level Up here, helping you write world-class stories better and faster. And I create these videos because I believe that each of you has Stephen King level talent and you just need help unlocking it. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and click that little bell, ding, 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 to get notifications whenever I have a new writing video. And in this writing video, we're talking about BookBrush, the service for writers that helps you create amazing marketing graphics. I've partnered with my friends at BookBrush to bring you this video, and they are sponsoring this video. So I've got some amazing coupon codes at the end of the video. So if there's any of my videos that you want to watch until the end, it's definitely going to be this one. Now, marketing graphics is something that I personally have struggled with for quite some time. And the reason for it is because I'm going to be honest with you. There's sometimes where I don't know one end of Photoshop from the other. I just want to do a couple simple things in Photoshop, but I find that it's sometimes just a little bit too much artillery for what I'm trying to do 9 times out of 10. And there's tools out there like Canva, and Canva's great, but the thing about Canva is that it's not really created specifically for writers. So you still have to figure out things like dimensions and figure out where to get your graphics and how it should look, and I'm just not a design person. I like it to be super easy. Now, I'll be straight up with you guys. Usually when companies contact me to do sponsored videos, I usually say no, and the reason I say no is because a lot of times it's not a good fit for the channel. But when BookBrush contacted me to take a look at BookBrush and to take a look at it and show it to you guys, I said yes. And the reason I said yes is because I think that this is a great tool that you guys can have in your toolbox to help make your marketing better and take your professional graphics to the next level. Without further ado, let's jump into the program and I'll show you guys around. Okay, so we're here in BookBrush. I'm going to show you all around, but first I wanted to show you what's behind the hood under the Account tab. So first things first, if you go to the My Downloads tab, you can download any images that you've created. So just remember that if you create an image and you download it, this is where you come and download it later. If you go to the My Books tab, you can upload all of your book covers so that you can recall them faster when you're creating your graphics. This is very helpful. So it just helps to save yourself a few seconds and upload your books first, just to get yourself started. And under the contact form, you can fill out their knowledge base. And if there's something you can't find in the knowledge base, you can fill out that form and get in touch with Kathleen, and she would be more than happy to help you. So they have great customer service, and I really like this. This is a great touch. All right, so we're going to jump into the custom creator. And I'm going to show you everything here, but the first thing I'm going to show you is the 3D creator. So this is how you create that 3D version of your book cover. So we'll click this button here, and it gives us two options. The first option is to create an image where we just have one book. And the second option is to create an image where we have multiple books or multiple graphics on the image. So we'll select option number 1 right now. And we have a number of different templates that are available to us. So as we scroll down here, we've got books, we've got paperbacks, we've got hardcovers, we've got iPhones, we've got iPads, you name it, it's probably there in some fashion. Now, if you're a free member, if you've got a free plan or a limited plan, you only have access to a handful of these graphics. But if you are a Plus member, you have access to the full gamut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this nice looking hardcover here. So we select that, and then it takes us to my book covers. So I'm just going to select Old Dark, and boom, look at that. It took 2 clicks, 2 clicks in like 10 seconds to create that. This would have taken me easily 5-7 minutes maybe in Photoshop to create. So how cool is that? So you can save this to your computer and off you go. Now, if you have a free account, the one thing you have to remember here is you've got to think very carefully about the images that you save, because you only have access to 3 download credits per month. Okay, so if you're a free member, you want to make sure that this is absolutely perfect and this is exactly what you want before you download it. If you're a Plus member, it's not going to matter. All right, so we're going to go back to our original option, and we're going to select door number 2, and we're going to create some multiple images. So let's say that I have a series, And I want to put that series on a couple of different iPads. So I'm going to select the iPad option there, and I'm going to use my Magic Tracker series. So we'll select book 1. And it just put book 1 on a canvas here for us. So if I hover over this, you can see that I've got some options, right? So if I click the corners, I can drag it down and move it around. If I select this, I can rotate it, right? Now you may or may not want to do that, right? I could delete it if I wanted to. And then I'll show you this in a second. And if I accidentally selected the wrong image, I can just change the cover by clicking on this button here. So we'll move this over here like so. Now let's say I want to put book 2. So we'll put book 2 on an iPad and put it right next to book 1. All right, so how cool is that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Now we got a problem here. So this is above book 1. So what I can do is I can select these arrows and it puts it behind, just like that. So we'll move it back like that, and then we're going to do the same thing with book 3. All right, so we'll move that down here, and then we're going to have to click this button probably twice. All right, so it's behind book 1, now it's behind book 2. So just like that. That is so slick. This would have taken me forever in Photoshop, right? And that's just maybe because of my own user error. But this is super simple. So if I wanted to download it, I could download it like so. If I wanted to save this as a template, so let's say, for example, I love this graphic and I wanted to use this for multiple series, I could save this as a template, and then this would be available for me to come back to later, and then I can throw and plug in the rest of my series and create different graphics without having to recreate the wheel or destroy any previous images that I've created. So that's just a shortcut that's very useful. All right, so I'm going to jump back into the custom creator, and we're going to take this to the next level, and we're going to create some cool marketing graphics, some next level stuff. All right, so I showed you the 3D creator and how that works, but now I'm going to show you some of the different options that we have available. So we can create Facebook ads, we can create Twitter in-stream photos, we can create Instagram graphics, Pinterest graphics, and a lot of you watching are into Pinterest. We can create email newsletter header images. That's pretty cool. And if we wanted to, we could do website ads, like on the banner or the sidebar of your blog. You could do that. For those of you who have Amazon affiliate links on your blog, you can use that to create those ads. And then if there's something that you don't see pictured here, you can select the custom button and you can create your own dimensions. So we're going to do something pretty simple today. We're going to do a bread and butter Facebook ad that's just going to go right on Facebook. So we'll create that, and that creates the canvas there that is 1200 by 628, automatically sized for us here. And then if we wanted to, we could select a grid, and this just creates a grid to keep things nice and orderly, but we're not going to use that today, but just wanted to let you know that that's there. Then we're going to go to the templates tab, and if you have a template, it shows up here. So for example, the last image that I did for my Magic Tracker series, I created a template for it. This is where you would find it. Now there's also an option for community templates. Now this is available to BookBrush Plus members, and what the community template is it's just templates that you can use to make things a little bit easier for you. So if you're really not a design person, you're allergic to designing stuff, you can use these as a starting point, or just simply use these wholesale, and you're going to get something that looks good every time. So let's say that I wanted to find fantasy Facebook ads that are in the template. So I'll select that filter template button, and boom, these are all the fantasy templates that are available, and I can use these as a starting point. Now, I'm not going to use this today, but just wanted to let you know that this is available to you. Now, the next step is to create a background. So what the great thing about BookBrush is you have two options here. You can certainly upload your own image from like Shutterstock or CanStock or wherever you happen to get your background images. You can do that, but you can also do a search here, and this will search over 1 million free images. I believe this is linked up to some sort of a Creative Commons database so that the images that it returns are in the public domain. So this is really cool and a really handy step. So I'm going to create a graphic for my last Dragon Lord series. So we're talking about dragons here. So we're going to do some fire. So I'm going to search for fire images, and as you can see here, I've got some great choices. I'm going to pick this one right here, and boom, gets popped in just like that. Now next, I'm going to create the book template. So this part should look very familiar. And I'm going to put the image on an iPad. I'm going to select Old Dark like so, and I really like the way that looks. I don't think it needs to be sized. I'll just move it a little bit over. And the next thing to do is we're going to create some text. And I'm just going to put in here and it creates our text just like that. And then we can move this around. We can size this as we see fit. And I think what I'll do is kind of put it in there like that. And then if we want to change what we have here, we can select this Edit Text Styling button. And this gives us a host of options. So if I wanted to make this a button, I could do that. If I wanted to change the font, I could do that. I actually like the font that that they had there. So we'll go back to the one that was there. I can change the color of the text if I wanted to do that. And I can change the background color of the button that I created. All right, so we'll leave that black. I think it looks better black. I can change the text transparency. I can change the background transparency. I can change the size of the text if I wanted to do that. I can even change the adjustments or the alignments of the text if I wanted to do that. I can bold it. I can italicize it. I can underline it, or I could do all three if I really wanted to. And I can even create shadows over the text and change the color of the shadows. Now, this can be overdone. Be careful with this option, but it is an option nonetheless. And if I wanted to, I could create a border, and you can go as thick as you want that border to be. And I can even round the corners if I wanted to do that. That's a great touch. And you can even change the line height if you wanted to do that. I mean, there's really nothing you can't do with this. This is fantastic. All right, so you can adjust the text as you see fit. So I think that looks pretty good. And then we have stamps. So this is what I think is the unique proposition of BookBrush, right? This is one of my favorite parts of it. So how many times, this is just me, how many times have you tried to, create a book page on your website, and then you want to create an Amazon logo and a Kobo logo and a Barnes & Noble logo, but then you've got to go to Google and you've got to download them, and they're all in different sizes and they have different transparencies, and it's just a mess to try to get them to look uniform. When people click on them, it just looks awful. Well, BookBrush takes care of all of that for you. They take the guesswork out of it, and they create stamps. And the stamps really are just pre-formatted, pre-sized, so that if you want to put these different stamps on your graphic, all you have to do is drag in and drop them. I think that's great. So for example, let's say this series is available on Amazon. I can just put it in there like that. I don't have to worry about messing around with stuff in Photoshop. That's great. And so this is also available on Audible. Actually, the Audible version of this series is launching as I speak, so I need to create some graphics for it. So this is actually a perfect opportunity for me. So it's available on Audible as well, so I'll just put those right there, and boom. I think that looks great. I'm not a design guy, right? There's some things I could tweak on this, but there's other stamps that are available to you as well. So you can see all the major retailers. I've got some Facebook social media graphics that I can put on there. I've got some headphones. If I wanted to really promote the audiobook version, I could do that. And these stamps are fantastic. So you also have the ability, if you want, to create custom stamps. Now with stamps, if you're on the free version, you're only going to get a limited amount of them. But if you have a plus version, you have access to everything that you see here. Now, if that was all that you could do with BookBrush, that would be a phenomenal accomplishment in and of itself, but there's more. So they also offer what's called a video creator. So we can create some video graphics. Now, I've got your attention now. So we're going to go to Video Creator. And what this will allow you to do is create some motion graphics that can get people's attention. So now you're not going to be able to do anything as robust as, say, a book trailer, but you can create some graphics that have some motion and some color to them so that you can put them on your Facebook, you can put them on your Pinterest, you can put them on your Twitter, and it's going to attract people's attention more, and it's going to be a little bit more professional, right? So we're going to create a video. So the image that I just created shows up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this as step 1, and it pops my image in there just like that. And if you had other If you wanted to create some other images, you could put those in there as well. And then step 2 is to create a video effect. And we're talking about dragons, we're talking about fire. I want some fire animations here. All right, so we got a couple of different options, but I really like this campfire here. All right, and you just click it. How cool is that? I mean, that is slick. I have no other word for that other than it's really crispy. It's just next level, right? So if that's the fire element, and if I want to change this a little bit, I can adjust the transparency and go all the way down there like that. And you just kind of have to find the optimal blend, right? So I'm thinking that looks pretty good. And then you can adjust the length of the video if you wanted. And it's as easy as that. This is really, really cool, and it's in beta, so it's only going to get better. That's the best part about this. And if I wanted to download this video, I could just simply download it by selecting the download button here. Now, the video plan is available only to the Plus members, and you get 5 credits per month. So you can download 5 videos per month. I think that's probably more than what most people are going to need, so you don't have to worry about running out of credits here. All right, so let's get down to price. I'm sure many of you are watching and you're thinking, okay, Michael, this is great. This looks fantastic, but what does it actually cost? Well, there are 2 options for BookBrush. The first option is a free option, and there's no credit card required. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. All it requires is your email address, and you can create up to 3 images per month. You also get access to a limited number of 3D templates, a limited number of stamps, and you can use the public domain search that I showed you to get background. So make it super easy for you. Now, if you want to do all the things that I showed you today, if you want to create unlimited images, if you want to do all those 3D templates that I showed you, all the stamps that I showed you, all the flexibility, you want all that stuff, all the background images, you want to be able to use your own fonts, you want to be able to create the cool videos that you can put on your Facebook page, the Plus is where it's at, right? And you also get premium customer support. So if you have a question of something that you can't find the answer to, you can shoot an email over to BookBrush, and you're going to get bumped up to the top of the list from a customer service perspective. Now that costs $8 a month or $96 a year with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I think that the Plus plan is where it's at. Now I'm sure there's some of you probably thinking, well, but I could do Photoshop. Well, yes, you can, but the thing about Photoshop is, what are you using Photoshop for? If you're using Photoshop to create marketing graphics, then if that's all you're using it for, then why not use BookBrush? They're just going to make it easier for you. It's specifically created for writers. They're adding functionality to it all the time. To me, it's really a no-brainer. And you're just not going to get the same level of customization and flexibility as you would with Canva, right? So Canva is the other option, and I know people are going to say, well, Canva's free. And Canva is free, but it's not created specifically for writers, right? BookBrush is created specifically for writers. They know exactly what we're looking for, and they just make it easy, and they just make it convenient. And this is the plan that I will be using and that I have access to. So you guys can rest assured that I'm going to be using this myself, right? So I highly recommend that you check this out. You got nothing to lose by signing up for the free plan, but I really do think that the Plus plan is where it's at. I hope you guys can see why I love BookBrush so much and why I think that this is a very valuable tool in your toolbox. So remember that you can sign up for a free plan today. Doesn't take anything, no credit card required. All it requires is your email address by going to bookbrush.com. Now, here's the deal for these coupon codes. So I've partnered with BookBrush, and they've been so kind as to provide you guys with some fantastic coupon codes. So here's how it's going to work. The first 10 people to use the coupon code AuthorLevelUp20 will get 20% off a Plus plan. AuthorLevelUp20, first 10 people. All right? So they're going to go fast. I know they're going to go fast. So be sure to get your 20% coupon off using AuthorLevelUp20. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you happen to miss out on that, you can use the code AuthorLevelUp10 to get 10% off. That's going to include, as we talked about in the video, you're going to get access to all the stamps. You're going to get access to all the 3D templates. You're going to get access to the video creator. So the Plus plan is where it's at. So the first 10 people to use Author Level Up 20 get the 20% off. And after that, there's a limited amount of people that will get the 10% off using Author Level Up 10. So I hope that you guys will check it out. If you're on the fence about it, you can at least sign up for a free account. You really have nothing to lose. I want to give a huge shout out to Kathleen and the team at BookBrush for reaching out to me and providing access and the coupon codes to make this video possible. I thought that was really cool, and this is a great service for writers, and I really hope that you guys will check this out. So with that, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
Perfect.